124, 124.
Public health.
Oh, loud. Okay, are we ready? Or are we just waiting
Yes.
for everyone to come?
Officer Ali, are we ready right now for the press conference too?
You get people here?
Seems like it.
Okay, let's start then.
Okay, I have one first question. What is the environmental effect, and is there any effect to the water supply in the long term?
Water being through our facility. There isn't too much damage.
Okay.
It's being monitored.
Sorry, go ahead. In regards to water, we've been in contact with water services, and we don't anticipate there will be any long-term effects, but they are monitoring the clarity and yes.
Okay, thank you. Also, you guys have already started cleanup, and is there any issues with the cleanup, and any approximate time, like how long it's gonna take, and when the public can go back to usual?
So we're in the process of beginning cleanup. We are considering all the safety of all responders and the public as well, and we're making sure we're using safe disposal sites. The main issues are concerning the restoration of any damaged areas and the overall air quality, and it's uncertain how long this will take. But cleanup has begun.
Okay, thank you. I have one more question. Is there any information on how the rail company is going to be responsible for this emergency situation?
We have sent our liaison to be in contact with the rail company and to get information on what any of the issues that could have been wrong with the rail. We have no information to provide at this time, but we are inquiring further.
Okay, that's great.
Okay, so I have a question. Can you give us an update on the number of casualties or injured individuals?
Those who are speaking, please louder.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so can you give us an update on the number of casualties or injured individuals?
Yes. So, to our knowledge, there were 2 casualties and there were many victims who were transported to hospitals and treated there. I don't have a 100% number. I would go in the range of 20. But only 2 casualties.
If I can interject, sorry, this is EMS Command. I didn't have contact with EMS Chief. So we had 26 taken to hospital.
Thank you.
Okay, my next question, do you know if there was any damage to things like power lines or any of the roads in that area?
There's the office.
Okay.
Sorry, what was that after?
I don't know, but my question was if there was any damage to like the technical infrastructure, like things like power lines or the roads or anything of that nature.
Good question. There was some obvious damage to the road where the tanker did fall down. We are in the process of restoring all critical infrastructure, and we assume it will not be too in depth and detail.
Okay, and just lastly, if you have any information on the cause of this crash, or as to whose fault it was.
So right now, the police have started an investigation, but at the same time, like we don't want to start pointing fingers until we have all the information in and all the relevant authorities are allowed to have their say on whatever case. So until we get those facts, making any statement, that's it. Still.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Right now, we are still doing investigations to ascertain what was the cause for the train to derail.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
And a couple more questions.
Cannot hear you. Either speak louder or type in.
So I have a couple more questions. Overall, how do you think the municipality dealt with this emergency?
Overall, I think the municipality handled this well. The fire, EMS, and police were extremely helpful and quick responding. We responded quickly to the issues and are still addressing current issues that may further our recovery and response. But overall, I think this was a successful situation.
And next question is, what were some of the challenges in responding to the emergency? Because since it was a hazardous incident, do you think full precautions were taken in terms of health and safety by the responders?
So your question is, were all health and safety precautions taken by first responders on scene?
Yeah, basically, were they in compliance with all the regulations?
Yes, they were. They maintained professionalism and compliance with regulations. Things are sometimes hard to avoid, and there were some injuries occurring to some of our responders, but they did maintain regulation and did a fantastic job of doing so.
And lastly, moving forward, what have we learned from this emergency, and how can we prevent accidents like this in the near future?
Oh, God. Really great question.
What about the head of Transpo? Are they up there?
That's me. On transportation, that's me. What have we learned? So, I think this can be better answered once we learn the cause of the accident and if there was any negligence involved or if it was a technological issue. But going forward, if it was a technological issue, we can work to better our services. And if it was a negligence issue, we may have to revise how we're staffing or anything like that.
And do we have any recommendations on how to avoid these in the future?
Just general maintenance, so maintaining rails, doing proper inspections, making sure that there's not too heavy or too much material going onto a train, and maybe more effectively storing chemicals such as the chlorine gas that was damaged and leaked out.
All right, perfect. I guess our time's up for the press conference. If anyone has anything else to add, feel free to go ahead.
I would just like to say kudos to Head of Transport for taking control of the mic and stepping up for the mayor. Job well done.
Trying.
Good job.
All
Good
right.
job.
Thank you.
Can we stop?
Okay. This is Ali speaking. Can I also have everybody, please, those who are here, to type in their name again and their roles, please. Okay, good. I think we are going to stay here for maybe 10-15 minutes. There are some people whose radios are still on. If you can turn that off, that would be helpful because it's hard to hear when that noise is coming back. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'm talking about this. Can you just turn this radio off, please? Those who wear, yes, police gears, fire chief, fire gears. All right. We learned this time that we have to remove all those radios from this.
You can mute it. Your sounds.
I have to go and speak.
Okay. Basically, for the evaluation part, I'm going to send a form to all of you by tomorrow. It's going to be a short, like survey type evaluation. Some of the questions are like short answer questions, multiple choice questions, and maybe a couple or more long answer questions that you fill in. It's not like an exam. It is based on your experience in this exercise. You fill in that survey and send it to me. I'm going to create a, can you please turn off your radio? It's so disturbing. Okay. I'm going to create this evaluation form in Moodle so that you can go there and fill it in and just submit it online. So it's not going to be too difficult to do it. But in between, too much noise here.
You have to mute it.
Yeah, just get rid of your clothes right now. Thank you.
Sound.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Thank you. One more.
I believe it's yours. You have to mute it under your sounds.
At the very top. Just mute ambient noise. Maybe that will help.
Okay, let's continue that. I hope you enjoyed this exercise. It was complicated in a sense. I know not many people were experienced in using this virtual environment. Although I've been here for a while myself, still there are complexities and things to learn myself. But we were testing with you this platform to see how it works. This was the first time we were doing an emergency exercise that had both elements, the EOC element and the incident command, and let's say the site element. It's very complicated to coordinate that for myself also, because I have to be in both situations and both places at the same time, so I cannot help as much as what I want. But once we usually have like just an EOC, I used to stay there and intervene and follow and help and go with the participants. But this time, or on this kind of exercise, is a bit difficult. But at the same time, it was for me a good experience to see at least how it works. You might have seen we had some observers, including James Kilgore from the city of Toronto, who was watching us just to see how this exercise was going. He is not here anymore, but he was with us probably till 9 o'clock. I will get his feedback, and hopefully I will share that with you too. And now, if you have anything you want to say about the exercise, your experience, yes. You wanted to type, you can type. If you want to talk, you can talk. Just a brief summary of what you want to say about this exercise.
Professor?
Yes.
I think so this was a great experience as we got to know about the different types of the roles, like what the people did and what they were supposed to do. So I really enjoyed the exercise, sir.
Thank you.
I was really nervous because I'd never done Second Life before, but I found that this was it was really interesting, and it was fun to see. I think it would have been interesting to have gotten the chance to see both sides. Like because I was EMS, so I was at the scene the whole time. It would have been interesting to have an opportunity at some point to have swapped and seen what it was like inside the EOC room. But it was really cool to see how everyone working together and how teams work and everyone having their set roles in an emergency. It was interesting.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Anyone else? You can type or you can talk.
Yes, for me, I thought the experience was really good as well as a police officer. And being out there on the site, the only critique that I would have is for us to be able to communicate properly with the public, like with gestures or, I know we typed, but it seemed that some of them didn't move or anything like that. But all in all, I think it was a really, really good experience. And, like someone else said, it would have been nice if we were able to basically see like the asthma people in full action. But kudos to this. I learned a whole lot.
Thank you.
Yes.
Next, anyone?
Yeah, I was just going to say, the experience was really good. It gave us hands-on experience, that kind of to see what everyone's role would look like if an emergency was to happen. It was really difficult, I guess, to learn the nuances of how to move everything. But overall, I thought it was really good. It was a different way to learn something.
Thank you. We usually have some more exercises in between, and unfortunately the strike situation and my trip also before this practices reduced the amount of time we could spend on this. But overall, thank you for coming, and it was great to see all of you actually here. Anyone else wants to say something before we leave?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, being part of the general public, I had a bit of extra time to actually observe how everybody worked together, waiting to be rescued. It was really interesting to see one part of the team coordinate and communicate with another part to get some of the members of the general public out of a sticky situation into the hospital. So I think it worked pretty smoothly and gradually got better over time. So great job, everyone.
Thank you. I agree.
Everyone, it was good.
Yeah,
so do you want to?
Sorry,
Yeah,
it was frustrating because EMS chief wasn't available, but at the scene, EMS command and fire command, I got a lot of information from fire command, so that was awesome, which I relayed on to EMS.
Yes, thank you. That's the nature of these kind of exercises. Usually we have some people missing at the very last minute without notice, and whatever reason might be. And the good thing is that we always also have people who can take over and come do whatever they can to to continue. I noticed that there were some key players were missing tonight, and well, what we could do. But still, you did a good job. I appreciate all of you. All right. Any last comment? Okay. Do you want to take what do you call it? Yes.
How will we know how we did on this on this assignment?
Good question. I try to keep recording everything on chat and observing different places, different locations, different people's work overall. But I can't say most of the problem, I would say, or if I deduct mark for people, is mostly for people who didn't show up or left in the middle of the work and so on. But overall, those who were present up to here at this point, most of them, they will get the mark for this portion of the exercise. And some of you, I have to go back to my records, but overall, most of you did a really good job, and I could expect better than this, really. There were some problems here and there. Like I would love to have more practices, student coming before long before this exercise to do more practice or even some homework before coming here. But overall, I would say we ended up with a good exercise. It could have been much better if we had more time, and I'm not expecting this course to be considered. I mean, it is only just one section or one portion of this whole course, and I didn't want to spend all of our time in this. And I know you have other things to do too, but still, you did a good job. And yeah, I wanted to say something on the last minute. What was that?
I have a question. If you're also
Sure.
grading regarding, or if you're grading based on participation as well within the chat session, what if we have private chat sessions? Can we email you the logs or something like that?
Sorry, what was the question? You want to access that?
Sorry?
Well, we can post that.
Okay.
All of you actually have access to chat. If you want, you can copy the chat. Okay.
Professor, sorry,
Yes.
I just have one last question here, and
Sure.
I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark. But for all the people here, can you provide us a little bit of a spoiler for the final exam?
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
I knew this question was asked actually at the beginning of the exercise. I said I have no time to do it now, but I'm gonna send an email to everybody. But now because you are here and you asked me, I'll provide you with this. Based on the past experience, I'll have about 60 to 80 questions during the final exam. Most of it would be multiple choice and short answer questions. I usually have one long answer question. I'm not sure still whether I will have this in this exam or not. Questions are more I still have this noise here. Never ends. Okay. I think all of you are tired, including me. I've been, I think, working since 7 a.m. and it's almost done for tonight. Anyways, but yeah, I'll send you a note explaining details about the exam. I just posted, I think, this morning about the timing and date of the exam. I'm sure you know, or you might have seen that. Don't remember, but it's probably
It's April 21st.
21st, yes, at 7 p.m.
Where is it going to be, Professor?
They haven't
It hasn't been
announced.
announced yet.
Sorry, April what?
21st.
Yes,
It's on April 21st from 7 to 9.
Yeah. So watch for that in terms of location. If you have any question in between, I'm trying to post all your marks before the exam so that you know how was the situation before going to final exam. And for you it is possible to finish the marking the exercise before then, so we should have everything marked before going to the exam for you. Okay?
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Any other question? Do you want to have a group picture here?
Sure.
Yes!
Yes, yes, we
Yes,
do.
I can do that. Why not?
Stay in row, maybe near the podium. In the yes.
Hello.
Oh my
Yes.
god, that's
Thank
so
you
funny.
for your hard work and efforts in getting everything coordinated. I actually came to both practice sessions, and I know it was really hard to get everybody to do what they're supposed to do, and you were patient enough. You gave a lot of information to all of us, so you know, kudos to you and thanks.
Thank you very much. That's great. Thank you. Okay. Those who want to be in the picture.
Emotional.
Oh,
That was too emotional, guys.
okay.
I feel like I've known you guys so long.
I know this.
And I'm
Wait, hey guys, wait for me, I'm coming.
You can sit on the platform.
Are you guys? Oh shit.
okay. No more?
Yes, whatever what he
Hey.
said. What he
My
said.
police officer.
Picture, what the fuck? You guys retarded.
How about you, Santos? Do you want to go?
Yeah, it's about yours have like
Yo,
cartoon.
Tarpinder, man, come stand beside me. We're boys.
Okay, I'm going to take this picture now.
Home slice.
Say cheese.
Cheese. Cheese.
Wait, one more.
One more. One more.
The selfie, selfie.
Selfie stick. Someone bust out the
I think
selfie
that's
stick.
April Fool's, right? Is that April Fool's? I know, it's April Fool's.
Fuck you, April Fool's.
It's April Fool's.
Alright, I'm going to post this to you all tomorrow.
Alright.
Nice.
Thank you.
And that's
Bye.
Lost mine.
put that on paper.
Fool's!
Clap for you.
Thank you.
Are we free?
Then put it on Facebook and
Yes. Nice.
Snapchat, guys, Snapchat.
Nobody's leaving now.
I feel
Hey guys,
socially accepted.
don't push, guys. Guys, be calm.
Take care, everyone. Have a good evening.
See you guys.
Bye. Take care. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Bye.
Passez une belle soirée. Merci beaucoup.
Thanks a lot, Professor.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Professor. Thank you, Professor. Good night.
Thanks, Professor.
Thank you. Good night.
Sir? Sir?
Yes.
Okay, so I wasn't able to participate a lot in this exercise only because I couldn't hear a lot of people that were around me. So I was wondering how that would affect my grade. Because
Hopefully
only
not.
you were both like 3 times.
Yeah, hopefully not. No.
Did you change this into a different room?
Why is there a tent in the middle of the room?
Sir? Sir, can you hear me still?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Another question I had was, you said something about what we're supposed to do at the end of this exercise. Did you want something to be like a paper write-up about what happened today?
Sorry, I didn't get your question. It was hard to hear.
You said something was supposed to be done at the end of this exercise. Were you expecting a write-up?
This is going to be a survey that I'm going to post on Moodle for you, and you will have some time to respond to that. It's not going to be a detailed, write-up. It's more of like a survey type. You respond to some questions about the exercise.
Okay, and this exercise was worth 30% of our grade, correct?
Don't recall, but it's probably 20%.
Okay, thank you.
No
And
problem.
sir,
Yes.
are you are you going to be giving us a grade based on the chat or like based on the conversations like that we've been having
Based
in
on
the
three
OC?
things. Based on three things mainly.
Okay.
Your participation in practices and preparation, your performance in the exercise, and your response to the final evaluation form or survey.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You did a good job today.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Professor.
Thank you.
Thank. Officer. Good night.